Florida's chief financial officer has sparked outrage on social media by proposing a plan to pay for former President Donald Trump's legal fees with taxpayer dollars. Speaking at the Florida Republican Party's Freedom Summit on Saturday, Jimmy Patronis proposed establishing a legal defense fund to assist any Florida presidential candidate targeted by politically motivated prosecutors. Patronis made the suggestion as a way to correct what he called the double standards of justice facing Trump. Imagine if we could correct double standards of justice at the federal level, Patronis said in his speech at Summit. I think we need a new state law to create a legal defense fund that any Florida presidential candidate can use if they are the target of politically motivated lawsuits just for being brave enough to put their name on the ballot. UR8MTMQN5. Jimmy Patronis, November 4, 2023. If only we could correct the double standards of justice who are doing everything possible to prosecute President Donald Trump instead of locking up Hunter Biden. Here's where I am going on this. I think we need to create a new legal defense fund for any Florida presidential candidate to use if they're targeted by politically motivated prosecutors from the Department of Justice. Both Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who is running for president, attended Saturday's summit. During Trump's speech, he called to the stage several Florida Republican lawmakers who had switched their support from DeSantis before the event. Trump, who is leading 2024 Republican presidential nomination polls, faces 91 felony charges, 4 separate criminal cases, 2 federal court Washington, Florida and 2 state courts New York, Georgia. The Washington and Georgia lawsuits concern his efforts to overturn his 2020 election loss, while the Florida lawsuit alleges he mishandled classified documents. The New York lawsuit accuses him of falsifying business records. These charges stem from hush money payments made to cover up allegations of extramarital sex during the 2016 presidential campaign. Florida Comptroller Jimmy Patronis speaks during a rally for Republicans on November 7, 2022 in Orlando, Florida. Patronis proposed establishing a legal defense fund to assist any Florida presidential candidate targeted by politically motivated prosecutors. Octavio Jones Trump will also testify in New York on Monday, a civil trial which he is accused of deceiving banks and insurers by exaggerating his wealth. His annual financial statements. Patronis said Florida is in the best fiscal health in its history and that dedicating some of the state's budget surplus to cover legal fees for presidential candidates won't hurt. When these men and women are brave enough to put their names on the ballot, we must protect them, he said. Right now our state is in the best fiscal health in its history, so it wouldn't hurt to take some of our budget surplus. Just put that aside. We're doing this protect any floor.